Hello and welcome to today's yoga class that is designed to achieve holistic wellness, mainly via dynamic movements and circling through the joints. Now, please consider to hit the like button and to subscribe to my channel to support my YouTube journey. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok for inspirational content. For enthusiasts, I offer private classes and an online school for intermediate and advanced classes. In my link tree, you can stay up to date about upcoming in-person events, and all those information you will find in the description box below. Now, with further ado, let's slowly start with some deep exhales. Let's try to regulate ourselves down. Let's take a moment to get out of the mind and into the body. A few more breaths through the belly, extending the exhale, relaxing the inhale. One moment of gratitude. I like to say a couple of words, sentences in my head, things I'm grateful for, and then we slowly start. We start with preparing the neck, looking to the right, nodding, and looking to the left, nodding. We repeat 4 more times for a total of 6. 4, 5, and 6. Slowly back into the center, and we will continue with right ear, right shoulder, left ear, left shoulder. Again for a total of 6. 4 more to go. 3, 4, 5, and 6. We continue with the same exercise, but this time we add a knot here as well. So, right ear, right shoulder, we give it a little knot, looking down, back into the center, back into the center. To the left, knot, back, back, and other side. 3, 4, 5, and 6. We continue with some neck extensions, looking up and back and then over the shoulder, double movement again. And then we change the side. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. Now we make one movement out of those two movements. So we go right away over the shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Well done. Back into the center. And we continue by placing our palms on our knees. And we go for some cow-cat movements. Full range of motion movements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We add a circular rotation to it. Think about drawing circles with your chest. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and let's change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slowly back into the center. And we continue with full upper body circles. Think about you try to touch the mat with your forehead. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, back into the center. And we continue with the wrists. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Change direction, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Elbows, arms to the side. Aim for a line between shoulders and elbows. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Change direction, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, try to touch your shoulders, and we try to draw circles here and touching the elbows in front of the body. 3, 4, 5, 6, and let's change the direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very good, very good. We interlace the fingers, palms facing towards the ceiling, and we try to elevate our shoulders towards the ceiling. 4, 5, 6. Then we try to pulse the arms behind our ears. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Palms forward, we make a cat, we make ourselves round like a cat, and we go from side to side, maximizing the distance between palms and shoulder blades. 4, 5, and 6. We release and we try to touch the opposite shoulder with the inside of the elbow. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. One more for the shoulders. We try to interlace the fingers behind our back and we lift the arms as high as possible. If you cannot interlace your fingers, no worries. Just keep your arms open. You can also pause the video and do one by one. One arm first and then the other one. 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now we go into the side body, hand or forearm down, and try to stretch the side. I think about touching my own ear with my biceps, and I try to keep the elbows straight. I also try to roll the chest a little bit towards the ceiling, and I try to look up. 4, 5, and 6. We continue, but we try to intensify by grabbing and holding on tightly to the opposite knee. And then we try to lean into the side again, everything else equal, touching the ear, straight elbows, looking up, rolling a little bit up. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We continue with easy twists by hooking at our quad and placing the fingertips behind our back. Nothing crazy. It should feel good. If you like to move in accordance to the breath, I suggest inhale in the center, exhale to go into the stretch. 3, 4, make sure to always listen to your body. It's not about pushing here. 5, just about freeing body and mind and finding some joy in some simple movements. Back into the center. Now, we move into the lower body. We try to circle the hip a little bit. For some, this might be a little bit challenging in the beginning. No worries about that. Just try your best. I suggest to grab the foot and the knee, and then I think about drawing circles into the air with the knee. 3, 4, and I allow the knee to come forward. 5, 6. Let's change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Interlacing the fingers behind the knee, circling the lower leg. 3, 4, 5, 6, and let's change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Foot only. 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Other side, starting with the hip, aka drawing circles into the air with the knee. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's change direction. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Interlacing the fingers behind the knee again, circling the lower leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and changing direction. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Foot only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Back into the center, we open the legs a little bit more than mat distance. Fingertips into the center onto the mat. We slide back and forth. All the way into the center, all the way forward, as good as we can. For now, I suggest to relax your legs. 3, just preparing. 4, 5, and 6. Then we interlace the fingers, palms facing up to the ceiling, and we try to go forward into the center. 1, back up and to the right leg or the left leg. 2, 3, back into the center. 4, towards the left. 5, and towards the right. 6. Then back into the center, palms onto our soles, and we try to create a cow position. We try to extend forward, and then we walk side to side. We walk our buttocks back. 2, 3, in terms of the activation. 4, we try to walk it up the mat. 5, 6, and then back into the center. 4 range of motion cat-cow movements. 1, you can engage your legs a little bit more now if it feels okay. If it is too intense to fully straighten your knees, I suggest to keep a micro band in your knees. 3, if you like to a little bit more, you can try to straighten your legs, but be careful. Be careful. Listen to your body. 4, 5, oh, and 6. I missed one, I think. And we continue with twists. So we try to grab the outside of the opposite foot, and then we open up into a good twist. Again, you can engage your legs, or you keep a micro band in your knees. You can also engage them with a micro band. Engaging the quad, the ankles, 5. And eventually fully straighten the knees. Okay, next one we're going to hold. We go for a full twist. I try to touch the mats, the edges of the mats, as you can see. So left hand orientates itself with the left edge of the mat, right hand with the right edge of the mat. Then I try to keep my buttocks on the floor, both sides, and I try to touch the mat in between my hands or a little bit above, but centered with my forehand. Other side, with my forehead, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly back into the center. We lift the legs and the arms. So I try to elevate my heels off the floor, keeping this position, this seated position, very, very active after the twists. Then forward again, grabbing the outsides of the feet and leaning into it. First 5 with a micro band in the knees, trying to sense the difference now between micro banding and fully straightening the legs. So we'll try to do both if you like. If this is intense enough, you can certainly maintain the micro band in your knees. And I try to straighten the legs now, adjusting the position one more time. Fully active position here. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Back into the center. We close the legs for Paschimottanasana. Grabbing the outside of the feet. Halfway position at first, extending. And from here I go all the way forward, starting with the micro band variation again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Trying to elevate the heels now, fully straightening the knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly release. Now, we interlace our legs into a cross-legged position. We walk over. You can come into a tabletop position. You can find your tabletop as you like. You don't have to go over the cross-legged position, of course. And then we continue with some cat-cow movements again. Full range of motion. 2, 3. For me, it's here push and pull. 4, push and pull. 5, and 6. Adding the circular rotation that we already had in the seated variation, thinking about drawing circles into the air with the chest. 1, 2, 3. It's like going from cow to cat still, and from cat to cow just with a circular rotation. 4, trying to keep the hip over the knees all the time. 5, and 6. Other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Back into the center. We enter the down dog and we play with our heels a little bit, bending one leg, then the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and holding the 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, holding the 8th, other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, trying to hold the dog with both legs being straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relaxing into a child's pose, opening the knees, trying to sink in between my upper legs through, relaxing the forehead onto the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Slowly coming up, closing my knees completely for a second round of child, bringing the arms sideways back. 1, to make myself more round. 2, trying to touch the floor with the forehead. 3, the mat. 4, 5. Slowly back into a kneeling position, taking a moment, deep exhales, trying to regulate myself down. Meditation pose, breathing through the belly again. A moment to extend the exhales and to relax the inhales. Calming myself, relaxing. A moment of gratitude also to ourselves for having accomplished this practice, for having it done. And then I thank you for joining. I hope you had a good time and see you next time.